we decided to take kind of some shop days here now that the holidays are past and the weather is cooperating. You can see, well, maybe you can't see, it's still dark. We're working on the lighting project up here. He took these globes down, the warehouse lighting, for me, and I took them in the house. They have their second coat of paint and they are ready to go up today. So I'm actually gonna head to the house and grab those. He's moved the shop press here. We both thought it was a good spot to put that there. So you saw I just reeled in the new hose reel for the air compressor, and we've got our regular air compressor we use. The big orange tank has been moved. He got that up there with the help of our big son Jack. They used a couple of ladders and built a staircase out of hay bales and rolled it up the ladders and got it up there. The beginning of the video, he was up anchoring it down to the loft, and this loft was already here before we owned the property, and we've been making storage space use of it for the maple syrup supplies and holiday decorations. So I thought this was a good spot for that. He had mentioned building a loft over the other section. This was already here ready to use. And if you were curious about this, this is the Symington Wayne air compressor tank. He doesn't have the motor hooked up to it right now, but it can be used as a holding tank for the air on its own. He went and got all of his plumbing fittings yesterday, and he's been working on that today to get it all hooked up. So what do we need such a big air compressor up there for?
We've been changing truck tires over here by hand. So
a lot of tires. If you've seen our videos about it, you see about half of them.
Hundreds.
Well, you see a lot less than half.
I bought a 1-inch impact years ago, and it was at a different shop. So we brought that over. So we'll have our 1-inch impact here. I brought all my sockets. These are the 3 different sockets you need for all the different trucks. You got, this does your Dayton spoke wheels, 1.25 inch. This is 33 millimeter for hub pilot, and I brought this one. This is a 1.5 inch, and then that square one down in the middle for doing stud pilot. So we brought all that stuff with the gun that we need, and so we wanted to just feed the big tank over there off our compressor. I bought that 25 years ago for $25, and they said that the compressor took $4.40. I bought it at a fuel terminal, and it was 25 years old 25 years ago. So they were just going to switch it out. There's nothing wrong with it. I bought it for $25, and the terminal manager said that it was $4.40, and I just
What's $4.40?
Power.
Oh.
And we didn't have $4.40 in the building I wanted to put it in, so I put it in a storage warehouse. All this time, 25 years later, we decided we wanted it, and we would just run it off the generator. We need a lot of air. It's $2.20. I never even looked. I just believed him. So the actual compressor's over there in the corner, works fine. But for now, I just wanted to run that 1-inch gun. So we'll just take our little Craftsman one that only has a 25-gallon tank. Well, it's just a normal little 3/8 hose. So the 3/4 pipe goes through. These are jackhammer fittings. That's what we use because it's the only way you can get it straight through. When you use a coupler or anything, there's all kinds of stuff in the way, and the air just is actually going around the coupler. This is straight through, so this gives you a huge amount of air right out of a big tank. It doesn't say how many gallons it is. It just says everything else but that. It gives the head thickness, shell thickness, all that stuff. 200-pound tank, but it doesn't. It looks like it's maybe 75 gallons or something.
Yeah.
So now we'll have 100 gallons of air that will feed that gun right now.
So now you have 2 different lines coming here, and you were saying one is for drainage?
This is the water drain only. I didn't want to feed it air through the water drain. I just wanted to have the air. So that's 1/2 inch out the bottom. I ran it down, and then I didn't want it blowing crap everywhere. So when you drain the air, well, this little line every once in a while. So then we can feed it through this one off that one, that air compressor, and then feed the gun with this. And then when we have some more time and I want to run power up, this is why your idea of putting it on the old balcony was perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's right above where we have 220 if we want to put it all back together. It was so heavy, I took it apart at the terminal to get it home. It was all top heavy.
Yeah.
So I took my tools and took the compressor off 25 years ago and separated it all out. It's got cooling pipes and all this.
Yeah.
Stuff. Very expensive. But that.
See, he was wanting to put a loft. This is what, 8 feet here, maybe?
Yeah.
He was talking about putting a little loft up here just to have that tank. And there's no electricity. Well, there's a what do you call this, 110?
Yeah.
Here, and that's it. But all of our fuse panels, everything is all right here. So he's got his, welder electric and everything. He did, because of having a water drain off, he had some air hose from a fuel truck or something that he used to scratch so he could run it off sideways to keep it away from all that.
I just didn't want to blow moisture on this, and I didn't want this down here and make it all flimsy, so I just...
Okay.
You don't do that very much anyway, once a week or whatever.
All right.
So, that will run that gun.
So if you're interested in the actual tank, I had painted that when George was a baby, so it's been sitting here waiting to be used for, maybe a year and a half, two summers. And it's just ready to go for him. So I'm real happy with the job. And he swept up in the loft for me, so there was lots of dust and garbage up there to get done when nobody else was out here. Good work. It's coming along.
So, full air, holds air, 50-year-old tank.
Yeah.
Dated, I think, 11 of 1969. The terminal was built in 1970. So.
Well, you can't get a new little one for $25. So you're in good shape there. And you can see how the rest of the shop is coming along. He went and picked up a couple of inner tubes for the hay mower yesterday. George and I have been out here sweeping and cleaning. He moved his little work table to the back with his clutch parts on it. So it's all coming. Well, I thought I'd show you before the end of the day. We didn't want to start the tractor to have to put in the last light bulb. So that is not lit right now. But this is our little shop area. We were talking about putting in just some 100-watt light bulbs in this low area. Because of it having a low ceiling, it will light it up quite a bit. Possibly with a retrofit kit also, because those fluorescent bulbs definitely need to go. But no light over here right now because the light bulb isn't up. This is right above the tractor. You can see our daylight window up there. The window's right under that. It is almost dark. And look at just what's going on here. We were doing filming with this truck a few weeks ago, and we had a work light and an extension cord light, 200 watts and probably a 100-watt light bulb. And we didn't have anywhere near what this 200 utility light is doing for us. And this is the old shade. I did take them in the house and paint them, and they cleaned up really good that way. But don't look at all our junk. Look at how much more light I have over here compared to beyond that tractor where there's no light bulb at all. And he said with the frosted glass, these are the clear utility lights, that it really was not letting some light through because of that. So we're getting as much done as we can, a little at a time, and it's just slow going and things are going along. I was thinking today, this loft up here has this plywood on it, and I'd really like to throw a layer of paint on that because it's the OSB. It's not plywood. And I know OSB is really absorbent, so maybe some kind of material over it instead of paint, but it would be really nice to kind of have that reflecting some light back also. Some light does bounce back off of the silver walls. It would be nice to have the whole shop lined in white, but I know that's never going to happen. At some point, somebody had painted the doors white, and you can tell they kind of thought, this is a crappy job. It wouldn't be a bad thing to do with a paint sprayer, but since we've been getting the shop organized and we've been mounting things on the walls, that would just be a terrible task, having to undo everything that we've already done. You know, hindsight is 20/20. It would have been nice to come in here and do everything the right way from day one. We didn't own any tractors at that point. We've really grown our tractor collection since then and have the need for the shop, where at first we just thought, what are we going to put in this great big building? I I can't believe we ever were able to fill it up. But now we need some lighting in here so that we can start working on these things like this truck and these tractors. A lot of jobs have gotten put on hold and on standby because either cold winter weather, not having heat out here. Lighting is number one and key to having some comfort and for working on vehicles and tractors. And we're going to get it. We're going to get it all. So hit the notification bell so you can see the next video to see our progress on this through 2020 and see how we're going to do, because I know a lot is just getting done in this next weekend that's coming up, and we're going to keep at it. I'm going to be making a trip to Menards in the next couple days, and we're going to be getting some more lighting supplies. He's talking about 10 light fixtures in here on top of the 2 that are already here. I just can't believe it. I think that's way overkill. So we'll see what he figures out doing. If he doesn't mind the work, I'm not going to talk him out of it. But 10 $3 light bulbs, if they don't last and they burn out fast like the 100 watts do, I will scream. I'll look at some LED lighting while we're there, and maybe we'll test a couple out. I have a couple that I've been testing in the house just for longevity. We do have a smart meter here, and it does seem to kind of fry out the light bulbs prematurely, so we'll see about that. So that's it for this video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.